Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. This video I will be showing you how to make a super smelter. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to grab some furnaces, of course. I think it's in here. I always forget where things are located. Hold on. Here it is. You want to grab a furnace. Then you want to grab powered rails. And you need hoppers. Let's start with the furnaces. And then you also need some building block. So we'll just get wool. This. You can build it out of pretty much anything that's solid block. Let's just build a small one. This is completely expandable. So what you want to do is you want to place the furnaces like this. Then you want to grab hoppers. You want to put the hoppers on top of the furnaces. Then you want to put hoppers going into the back of all of the furnaces. My design's a little different than most people's. What you want to do is you want to put hoppers on top of those. This will just make it easier to... It will slow it down a little bit, but it will be easier to do a lot of the redstone. Turn it down my render distance so we can load faster. Then you want to grab some blocks, put them on the ends. Oh, and you also need a power source. Let's just use redstone blocks. So hold shift and put the rails on the hoppers. On top of the hoppers, yeah. Then I want to build up like this, I believe. Then, oops, shoot, I forgot. Hold on. Yeah, you want to do it like this. You want to do, well, come on, stay. Let me just think. You do something like this. Yeah. There you go. You keep the block there. And you want to power it with a redstone block. And you'll see this lights up. Then you want to do the same up here. And you want to power it. Oh right, you also want to put a block up here on top. Then you want to power this with a block. Then if it goes out, you want to put a redstone block on top of that, but you can't do it over here. You'll have to put it on the side, like that. There you go. Then you want to put a normal rail like this. You want to put a normal rail, and you want to build out one more. And you want to put a powered rail. Then you want to, you put a block, or you put a hopper on each one of these, facing down. Then put another block here. Your system should look like this now. Now what you want to do is you want to grab a comparator, a redstone comparator, and a redstone repeater. You want to grab an output from the two hoppers. Then you want to put a block. Actually, you'll need a redstone torch for this. Then you want to grab a redstone torch, put it on that block. And you want to do the same over here. You grab a block. You want to put a redstone torch. You want to grab these blocks, put them out like this. Then you'll need some redstone. Put the redstone like this. And do the same for the other side. Oops, with normal blocks, yeah. I actually came up with this design on my own. It works pretty good. This design works pretty good for this stuff. So if there's an item in here, the redstone torch should turn off, which depowers that. Then you want to put minecarts with the chest minecarts on here, and they should start going back and forth like this, constantly. Now that's what they're supposed to do. Now you want to create let's do some chest. Sorry, I have caps on by accident. You want to grab a chest, so you want to grab an input and output. So let's just do an input here and an input here and an output here. So these ones should be the fuel. You can test that by putting some coal. You can put coal in this. Well, actually, probably a better idea just put it in here. It should go disappear, and if it ends up in here, then in the bottom one, then you know it did it right. The top one is obviously for what you want to cook. So then what you want to do is you want to grab some hoppers. You also want to create a chest for the output. So what you want to do is you need to grab a dropper, a redstone comparator, redstone repeater, and then slabs. So what you want to do is you want to go most likely right about here. You want to put the droppers like this, then you want to grab some hoppers, and for the top one you want to run it over to your droppers, just like that. So it should look like this now. Here's some redstone. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to get a let's get my wool block. You want to grab the redstone comparator. You want to put a block. Then I think you need redstone as well. Let's see if I remember how to do this. So you'll need blocks like that, like this, and then like this. So just to test it out, let's put some items in here. Alright, you also need a repeater coming out of here, just like this. It should stop flashing, and the items should go into here. Now you want to repeat that process for right here. I want to do the exact same thing. So, comparator, block, repeater, redstone, then another repeater going here, and then here. Then you'll see it end up in here. Let me just turn the daylight cycle off. There we go. So the second thing you want to do is you just want to repeat the same process. Like this. Redstone comparator, block, repeater, block, redstone, repeater, comparator, repeater, and this. Let's take the items out of this dropper so they don't actually flow into the system before we need them to. So make sure nothing's in there. You want to put that there. So this is what you should have now. Actually, you probably need these upper blocks, unless you want to do another layer to that system. So you want to create 2 of these. I know it seems a little complicated, but I'll run through it again. So you want to do it on this side this time, but this time you'll need to get it over to here. So you won't have to do as much redstone. So 3 will do, and then you'll just put the same, put a comparator, block, repeater, redstone, then another repeater, and some more redstone. Let's test this section out by putting a couple blocks in. It should raise up to this one. I'm gonna put some slabs. Comparator, block, repeater. Oh, we need this out a little bit more. Then redstone, then repeater, and here. Then what you want to do is you want to run this into here. Again, make sure there's no items in this top one. There shouldn't be. And just run the redstone, run the hopper line like this. Make sure they're all going into this hopper. Then what you want to do is you want to find your input chest. You want to grab your input chest. Oops. Then we'll just do F for fuel, because I don't feel like typing it all out. And then and put an output sign. So, what you want to do is you want to find your input chest. Well, let's do the input chest. Actually, I think I'll do the input chest. Yeah, okay. So you want to grab your hopper line, you want to put it into the bottom dispenser. Actually, it'd be easier for the, oh come on. You gotta shift while doing this just so you don't open the menu. Actually, let's move the input line over here. This will make everything a lot easier. You want to delete the blocks under it. And grab the hoppers. And make sure it's under there. There we go. Now you want to get, let's see what would be easier. Yeah, I think the fuel chest right here would be the easiest. And then this will be the, we don't even need a sign here because we have input and output. So, this one will be easier. That one should be down here. Wait, what? There. And here's where you have to do some modifications. Delete the blocks under these furnaces. You want to grab your output, you want to grab the hoppers and put it into the front of that. Just move it like this. Then you want to put it under all of the furnaces. Just like this. You can expand this to make it however long you would like. It's completely expandable. It's really nice. Now, this should be our fuel chest. This is probably going to be the easiest. You just want to grab hoppers from this one over here, and grab it here. There you go. Now, just check everything, and it should be done. So, we can test it out by, let's get some blocks of coal. Now, let's get some raw pork chops. Then, you want to go to input, you want to put a couple of pork chops in the input, then the, yeah, that's the output. So you want to get the coal, you want to put some coal in there, and then you'll see these stop. These will stop once we get them in. They'll stop. You'll see in here, you'll see the pork chops getting filled up. Then once these are empty, Once these are empty, it will start again. You'll see all of the furnaces turn on. And then on output, eventually see a bunch of the cooked stuff piling in. So this is a lot faster than just smelting everything in one furnace. You can see about one coming in every second. It's pausing because it's filling it up for the next one, and there you go. This is the creation that you just made. Yeah, so this is the creation you just made. So I'll do my best to show you what this all does. So this is a really uncommon design because I developed it. You'll see so basically what happens is, let's start with the input. You put your raw stuff in here, whatever you want to smelt. It goes through these hoppers, through these, and into this is an item elevator. So this puts this into here, which puts this into here, which this puts into this hopper. Then this comparator takes an output, and if there's items in here, it will turn off this redstone torch, which stops that rail from sending it back. And then it just goes along these, distributing the item, the stuff, along here. And then the fuel basically does the same thing. The fuel goes here, goes through another item elevator, goes through these hoppers, and into here. Which the redstone comparator takes an output to see if there's an item in here, which turns off this redstone torch, which deactivates that powered rail, which stops the minecart to be filled up. Now the output line is the simplest. How these furnaces works is when they're done, they will just sit there. But if there's hoppers underneath them, the finished cooked food will go through these, into here, go all the way over here into this output chest. To make it a little more fancier, you could take one of these item elevators and actually put it here to make this chest even. But I didn't feel like doing that right now. You could. In fact, I could show you how to do this, but this thing is still running. Look, we've got about 3 stacks of food already from this machine. Now, please note, this is a very expensive build in survival. So, this is very expensive because of all the hoppers, the redstone comparators, the redstone, the torches. Mainly the redstone comparators and droppers. The furnaces aren't too bad. Redstone blocks are not too bad. The furnace, I don't think these, yeah, the chest minecarts with chests in them are not that hard to make. Once you're done with that, coal will stay in there. You can always just fill it back up again. Look, we've got 3 stacks of pork chop. Let's show another example. So, a lot of you I know like to make sand, like glass. So this is very good for making glass. All you need is put a few stacks of this down, and then you'll always want to put more coal in it as well. Usually the amount of coal for the same amount of coal for whatever you make here, but you can always do less and it will do the same. So you can see how it's eventually going to fill up, because these will stop. As you can see, this is filling up in this hopper, which will drain into this. So it's honestly not that hard to understand how this entire thing works. But yeah, there is my version of the super smelter. I came up with this on my own, except for this part. The extra layer of hoppers here I came up with. You can also do the same, just putting the rail here. This is more expensive, but it saves a lot of pain of it not connecting properly if you have it in the wrong direction. And sometimes it's just really annoying. So let's see in here. We have glass. Please, I have a texture pack on, that's why it looks like this. And if you can tell, I have shaders on. But yeah, so that's how this entire thing works. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this works out for you, this build works out for you. And I'll see you next time.